This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
G'day.
Today, we get stuck into what really happens on Married at First Sight when Lauren Dunn, who's from WA, comes in and joins us.
And we have a special guest interviewer
Yeah, we
in
do.
Caitlin Bassett's dad, Mike.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Just flipping the switch. Jonathan Brown, former Lions champion, he joins us for a bit of a chat.
We have a bit of a laugh with TikToker Christian Hull.
We did
Yes,
too.
we discover how much it costs to be a bikie.
And you know that person at work, they've just started and then they start asking for all sorts of stuff. And you're like,
Demands.
oh my God, the audacity. We hear some great stories.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean. This is what I came for. Yeah. Puffs Nova 937. Keep on giving me all you got.
Hello, everybody. It's
Hello.
6:03. Look at that. What
wow.
day is it? Wednesday.
Can I check in with you, Nat, and see how you're going? You've
I
just
woke up at 3:11 this morning, Sean.
Yeah.
3:11.
So, according to my Fitbit, 4 hours and 20 minutes of sleep last
Fantastic
night.
news.
Isn't
Yeah.
it? Woke up a couple of times.
Are you feeling okay?
I mean,
Groggy?
I've had a coffee.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
She poured it straight into her eyes.
Yep.
I've still never had a coffee to this day, but I did feel like one yesterday because I just, one of those days when you wake up, you
Yeah.
feel like you've been hit by a truck.
Isn't that
Yeah.
so strange that I don't like coffee, but I love tiramisu?
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
Tiramisu. Gotta say it
Tiramisu.
twice,
Do you like
of course.
espresso martinis as well?
No. Oh, that is
See,
a
I love
cup
coffee
of filth.
and I
that
don't
is.
like them.
Every
So-
time we're out, yeah, my mate
That is an-
Pete
if
and
you-
Megan have one when we're always out, the two of them.
If you enjoy that flavour, there's something wrong with you.
I can't sleep because it wakes you up.
That's the problem for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
chat.
Great
guys.
chat.
Hey,
Great chat.
We learnt that Caitlin Bassett's father, Mike, loves maths.
Oh.
Loves it.
Well, he should be listening this morning, Nathan.
Really, we should get Mike up for a question, shouldn't we?
Okay.
We should get Mike up for a question. Lauren is coming in, and Lauren is the one that is going to cut through all the bullcrap of maths and tell us exactly what's happening with it.
Right.
She's a Perth girl, and she was the one who was most often doing pieces to camera. She had opinions about
She was,
everything.
and every opinion she had, I agreed with.
Well, she was Ryan Crowley's
Ex,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
partner,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've seen her for many years
So
around the place.
you know her.
Yeah.
And she was the one that was, and I'm putting in quotation marks, cheated on when her partner opted for
Yeah.
somebody else.
Quotation.
And they're
It's
still
very
together.
Yeah, the other two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian Hull is going to join us as well.
Yeah.
You know him, don't you?
I didn't. at
Don't-
all.
you've never seen him.
Never
It's
seen him
never
in my
popped up.
life.
Sean,
Ever.
Never.
we've interviewed him before.
Yeah, we have.
I thought he was the commentator of the ABC.
No, that's Quentin
We
Hull.
have literally interviewed
We
him.
have.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we have.
It's what's clear to me, Sean, is that you and I have very different algorithms on social media.
No
You've
doubt,
never seen
no
him.
doubt.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
All the Swifties have turned against Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
There is a song released on her Tortured Poets album called
About-
Amy.
Tortured Poets Department.
Sorry,
Nathan, please.
what did I say?
Tortured Poets. I mean, you just
Oh,
ended it there.
1,000 apologies, everyone. So it's a song called Amy, and basically it was about the whole Kanye thing and what Kim did to her during that Kanye thing, and people have now gone Kim on
Kim.
social media.
They reckon she's lost 100,000 followers.
Yes.
Not that that's going to bother her.
No,
She's
no,
got
no, no,
millions,
no,
But,
but
yeah,
that's a lot.
a significant
Raw numbers,
difference.
Yeah, this is an
Okay.
issue for her. Album,
It's a diss song.
Taylor releasing a song is an issue for her. And people are going, hope you have a good day, Amy. to Kim Kardashian.
It references
How she behaved afterwards.
no, her the daughter
Yep.
like being a Swiftie.
Yeah, and said, my daughter's going to take you, my daughter's going to be singing this song in your house, basically. And you know it's about you. Is this some of Amy here? Here we go.
Yeah, thank you, Amy. It's cool.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy.
Spray tan statue of you
Kim.
and a plaque underneath it that threatens to push me down the stairs at our school, and it was always the same.
The sad thing is we're going to go to news.
But I dreamed that
Ali, do you want to do news, or you just want to
sounds
listen
really-
to this song?
Really strongly worded.
Ali just said we'll just listen to the song. She doesn't have much to say.
She's a tortured poet.
She's a tortured poet.
She is, mate.
But, you know, when you're writing a song about someone, sometimes you hide the lyrics a bit more.
Travis Kelce must be, like, when this has been related, Travis must be going, well, Jesus, this better be forever.
But he comes out of it pretty well. She's pretty positive about him.
Oh.
No,
for
she
the
will
moment.
be until
For the
you break
moment.
up with
Yeah,
him.
that's right.
That's the point.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
A reason to click onto Perth now is to watch Up Late with Ben Harvey. We've had him on the show before. It's so funny. I don't know why he has not been murdered by bikies yet.
They must like him.
I do think it's really funny.
So-
And I think they would find humour in what he's
A
saying.
lot of the stuff he does is either about prison or bikies or bikies in prison.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I remember the love I had for Ben and what he does, and I can't remember the bikie, but it was one of the top bikies, and then he just fixated on the fact that during his real estate photos, because he was selling his house, there was a Smeg toaster. And he goes, God, who ever thought they'd have a Smeg toaster? Anyway, so funny. His latest episode, and you should go and check it out, he's talking about the true cost of joining a motorcycle club, the actual money that it takes to be able to be part of one of them.
Righto.
So he started with the membership fees, and this is all to do with the Rebels. Have a listen to this. So funny.
How much is a bikie membership?
Ranges from $50 a week to about $75. The Rebels are at the upper end, courtesy of a supply-demand quirk in underworld economics. It's well known that it's easier to get into the Rebels than most other clubs. It's a running gag that if you fall asleep near a Rebels clubhouse, you'll wake up with a patch on your back.
Wait, $75 a week?
Yep.
That's almost
$4,000 a year. London's Soho House is arguably one of the most exclusive clubs in the world.
So,
I didn't know you had to pay to be part of a bikie gang.
sorry, that finished too early.
That's true.
And so her house costs $5,600
Yes.
to be a member of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay, so-
$1,600 more, and that's where Emma Watson and all that
Yes.
sort of stuff in the UK.
That's a
That's for
super
celebrities.
fancy
So that's
club.
legit. Any of the bikie clubs you're paying a weekly fee.
Yeah, it's a club.
You're playing. Yeah.
Do you get to walk in, do you reckon, to the... I haven't been in for a long, long time, though, into the clubhouse and, I don't know, can you open the fridge and just grab a beer?
Oh, is there
you get a
is there
toast?
a Yogo fridge?
Yeah,
Yes.
what rights do
Yeah.
you get with your
Yeah.
membership? Is
You've
that
gotta
what you're
get something,
asking?
don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've got like muffins and stuff here, and
we do.
we've got like shared ham.
Yes.
So I'm sure they'd have shared ham.
I mean, it gave Harry food poisoning, but yes, we do have shared ham.
I'm going to say 100% legit. They have shared ham.
And
So you're telling me
access
they'll
to the
have a-
toasty machine.
I think they would
That's
have.
my
I
next
think they
question.
would have enough to make a toasted sandwich. I would guess, but then again, I did not remember. I asked the question if once on air, and we got it answered. If you were having a thing at a bikies headquarters, would they have dip there? And someone rang in and said yes.
Absolutely.
They
but is that
have dip.
provided as
dip.
part
They have
of
dip.
your membership, or
I
does
think
somebody
it
have
is,
to bring
Natalie.
a plate?
I think it is.
I'd like to know if any bikies out there are listening, and you can tell us if you can walk into the clubhouse, open the fridge, get yourself a drink,
Yeah.
and you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, so
because
is
you've
it-
already paid your membership
Yeah.
fee.
So is there shared ham? Also, like
Is there
you
an
know,
ice bath? Is there an infrared
Yeah.
sauna? Because they're all the rage
What do
in
you
these.
think?
Yeah. If there are any bikers listening, that'd be great. Then also, Sean, the other
Yes,
thing that you need
yes.
to be a bikie is what?
A bike.
bike.
A bike. Let's find out what happens with bikies and their bikes. I never knew this.
You also have to buy a Harley. That'll be $20,000 or $30,000.
At least they hold their value.
Harleys are a good investment, just not for you. You buy it, you ride it, but the club owns it.
Stop it.
The club owns it.
Owns it. So if you get kicked out of the club, they keep your bike.
So
And then also you get a big major exit fee fine, which is like thousands and thousands of dollars. You have to pay to
leave.
They kick you out. You have to pay a giant fine to
And-
leave.
and
plus
they
they
keep
burn
your
your
bike.
And then they take your bike.
Yeah.
They take your tattoos
your
off you.
bike. Sure, they do not take the dolphin with the rose off its back.
They do.
Off
They
your
do.
back.
Pretty sure they do.
You're like barbed wire tattoo around your arm.
No, because you get the something
Yeah,
to
like
do with the
Rebels,
club.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they burn it, don't they?
No, burn it. Yeah.
Yep.
That's not fun.
No.
They keep your bike.
Keep your bike!
Where's our bikies? Why aren't they ringing?
Do you not think we'd be the bikies station, wouldn't we?
I met a few. We've all met a few bikies along the way. Some of them are really nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what?
good.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Some of them are lovely.
Sorry, good. That's a bit of an over the top statement, but they're really
Don't
There
funny.
away
are some
from
good ones. There would be some good ones. A heart of gold bikie.
Okay.
Here's Alicia Keys.
Making sandwiches with the shared
What have you got
ham.
to say about bikies?
Here's Alicia Keys with Empire State of Mind.
I think they're all great.
It's 5
Sean,
7.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Perth Comedy Festival is kicking off this Friday at the Astor Theatre.
Yeah.
Christian Hull and Christopher Wayne are bad friends is happening, and joining us right now is Christian Hull.
Great.
His stuff has accumulated over 670 million views.
Jeez, when is he going to get a billion? I
It's
mean, so far
amazing.
off it.
Yeah,
you gained Christian
Christian,
Hull.
how is OnlyFans? Is it good?
Hi, team. Oh, my God, it's so good. You wouldn't think to look at me as a short, hairy, overweight gay, but the money is actually quite good.
So it turns out there's a market for everything.
Christian, there
What are
actually
you trying to say?
There actually is. We've been trying to, we're talking to Nat about this and our producer Amy about, foot fetishes and putting stuff out there because you can make some money off doing that stuff.
Straight away.
I'm not suggesting that you need to go down this track, but maybe, who knows?
No, yeah, I have gone down that track. And it is, do you want to know? $46,000 I made last year.
On OnlyFans? Doing what?
Yeah, on OnlyFans. Yeah, I know, right?
What did you do, though? Seriously, what did you do?
It's what I didn't do. Everything.
Wait there. Were you like one of the foot people, or were you like the those?
No. It's all out.
You did
it's
it.
all out. Collaborations, like everything.
Collaborations with who?
Oh, like David Guetta or something?
Who are you collaborating with?
Other OnlyFans creators.
Is that what you do? So you have each other on your pages and you do each other?
Pretty much, yeah. That's
So
the best way.
did you invite did you put the invite out there, or were you invited? Like, how did the collab happen?
Literally, you just go to their OnlyFans pages and it's in their bio. Collabs wanted. Great.
Christian, is it hard to do because
Hard.
I've got to put this
Always
properly.
hard.
When you're coming up for content for OnlyFans versus TikTok and stuff, what's easier to come up with? Because in the porn industry,
Well, I'm going to guess, Sean,
porn.
coming up with stuff for TikTok will actually work out best for Christian.
No,
What's harder?
Well, I mean, OnlyFans is, it's pretty simple. It's just like, get your clothes off and put
that in there. Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok's also pretty easy. You just scroll through. Like, if you haven't seen my stuff, I react to people mixing paint colours. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
real
It's
boring.
amazing.
No, but those paint colour things have been coming up on my For You page so much in the last week.
Sorry.
It's all of a sudden out of nowhere. And it's like, it is quite mesmerising to see which colour you're going to end up with, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it really exploded, and then I became this sensation that just literally sits there and goes,
And guesses
I think
colours.
it's going to be orange.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
I'm getting
I
scared
do
of the
literally watch you do the Wordle as well, which I've...
oh yeah,
Yeah, because you do think you're pretty smart, and I'm just going to put it out there, not really.
I have not broken my streak. I've got 145 Wordles in a row. So how dare you?
He's pointing the finger at everybody.
Hey, Christian, with the world of social media, what do you think about the possible TikTok ban that's looming in the US?
Oh, yeah.
And whether it may hit Australia? Because, I mean, a lot of people want to diss influencers and content creators, but yet it's now legitimate business. So your businesses could collapse.
Yeah, the TikTok ban terrifies me. Really leverage TikTok and I use it, for sponsorship deals,
Yeah.
to promote my business. Just, it's a real pivotal thing, and it does. It's going to kill a lot of small businesses, a lot, and it's also like what I don't understand is what they're whinging about with TikTok. It's happening in America anyway. Facebook's American, so is Instagram. TikTok's run in China, so they're scared of,
Yes.
Spies
another
and
country
stuff.
having their data, but they're okay with their own exploiting their own people. So I look at it and go, it's very hypocritical. But also, TikTok has brought together so many communities. It's such a fast way of sharing information. It's now used more than Google. So, like Gen Alpha and Gen Z will search for something on TikTok rather than on Google.
That's how people get their news and everything.
Actually,
now.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So banning it, I think you've got all these old fuddy-duddies in the States who don't understand it.
Yeah.
And then they just like, let's just close it down. And I think it's a real shame. It's going to change the world for the lesser, I think.
So what's your plan, though? Because, I mean, you all know this is looming. It looks like it's probably a definite thing that could be happening in the US.
In the US, for sure.
So have you thought about how you're going to pivot if that is such an important part? Is there some other platform that would have to arise? What's the deal? What are we doing?
So I pivoted to OnlyFans.
And now I just put stuff on my bum.
Literally, it's orange. Oh, it's orange, and inside it goes.
Welcome to Backwards Mr. Squiggle. Upside down.
Well, for any content creators, I've always said you've got to diversify. You have to be on every platform, and you can't rely on one thing, because even a slight change in the way Facebook distributes its content, like in the algorithm, can really ruin your business. And so if you're on a lot of platforms and you're doing a lot of different things, the impact isn't as much.
Spreading the net wide.
Hey, Christian, yesterday we were speaking to a lady who was telling us she went on a cruise out of Fremantle. It was a 3-day cruise. We were talking about how much fun she had. Now, can you tell us a bit about your cruise that you went on and you had to
funny.
take some money out of the mortgage?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it that? Did you hit the highs that you're looking for?
So I got off the cruise 3 weeks ago and I had to see a counsellor. It was one of the most traumatic experiences. So I booked myself on my first cruise. It was 16 days on a cruise called the Ultimate World Cruise, where passengers are on there for 9 months at a time.
That's amazing.
So you can book some smaller legs, which was the 16-day one.
Singapore.
Brisbane. Up through to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
And it went viral on TikTok. I was talking about it. Someone said, it stops in Brisbane where I live. Get on it. That'll be fun. And I thought, yeah, that'll be great. I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise, but as an introvert who hates people, it is the worst possible place you could be.
Yeah.
I mean, the carpets, the carpets are designed to absorb spills and that you can't see, so they're so loud. And then you've got bands playing, and then you've got people at you, and then it's rocking, and then it's just like, I had so many mental breakdowns.
Yes, and you were quite sick from seasickness too, weren't you?
That was hilarious. Did you get? I forgot to look in your room. Did you have a balcony room or not?
He had a balcony room.
No. Well, that's... Are you ready
need
for
it? Yeah.
I needed a balcony room. So for 16 nights, the ticket
that's
was...
why you were just sitting out on the balcony. Yeah.
$16,000.
Yeah. So $1,000 a night. And
it was $16,000. And I thought it was going to be a good investment in my, career. He's going to get all the views. And so I pulled that money out of a mortgage.
Oh, my God.
And bought the ticket. I was very lucky to have a sponsor come on board last minute. So every plate was like... What a loser, Christian. Why would you spend that much money? Here you go.
Well, thank God, because imagine the things you would have had to put inside of yourself on OnlyFans to get $16,000.
3 months of OnlyFans work.
So not enjoyable, because there's a lot of people who say it was great. I know you're just being an introvert and all that kind of the loud carpet and stuff, but, big buffets and, you can go in and eat.
Yeah, but there's people there, Sean.
Oh.
Yeah. It was just not for me. And, also there's the amount of stuff that is going on that cruise. There is some illegal activity. There are swingers. There are nude cruises.
I know about the swingers.
All this stuff going on.
What's the illegal activity?
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I can't tell you.
It's only
I'll
Perth.
tell you when the cruise finishes, because I'm so scared of getting this person into
What are you talking about? I can see you. You're in your room at your house. You're not on the cruise.
No.
By the way, what's with all your butterflies?
Yes.
We're looking at Christian's room at the moment.
Christian, you're in your room, right? And it looks like there's a whole lot of stuff in there. Did you strategically? Do you sit in this room for Zoom meetings because people fixate on the stuff in the back? Because is that a lot of rubber balls behind your head, or are they bath bombs?
Look, I've got a lot of stuff. I'm a bit of a hoarder. I feel very targeted right now.
I like the just random things on the chair.
I've got a lot of dead butterflies on the wall that I thought were beautiful. My dad used to live in Papua New Guinea, and he got them
amazing.
there.
No, that's lovely. So what are they bath bombs?
Oh, no, they're not. You don't want to know what they are. You shouldn't be looking at them. They're something else.
That's a great...
It's
a great butterfly. It's a very big butterfly. What are they?
There's something else, Sean.
One of those things that look like beads.
They're quite
They're
big.
so big.
I'm really interested. You want to collab, do you?
And look, he's been talking about the swingers, and indicated of a swinger is a pineapple. He's got 2 drawings of a pineapple just over to the left of him.
Oh, yeah. That's what I learnt. So if you're up for a bit of sexy time on a cruise, you put a pineapple magnet on your door, but you turn it upside down. And that means,
Christian, you actually see any? I know that's a thing that we read about.
Yes, I saw 2 legitimate doors with pineapples upside down.
Do you feel like you needed to go in just to see what it was all about?
I really wanted to.
But he
work
hates
with
people.
them.
Yeah. But he was ready to go with his eggplant the right way up.
What's happening in your show, Christian? We haven't even talked about it yet.
Just some of this, eh?
Oh, look, it's happening on Friday night. I'm teaming up with a magician friend of mine, and we've practiced 2 amazing illusions that are absolutely. You're not going to know how we do these tricks.
You've got me.
And it's just us talking on stage about the fact that we're friends, but we're bad friends, and we don't know much about each other and
I love that.
our lives. And then we end with, like, literally, I kid you not, a really amazing illusion.
Oh,
I
we're
might be
finished.
naked. I don't know. My clothes might disappear. Who knows?
hello.
Wow, it's the final OnlyFans
You
video.
can get tickets from itschristianhull.com. And Christian, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, you're great, Christian.
You've certainly opened our eyes.
Opened a few things. Yeah.
Have a great day, Christian.
Thanks, mate.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
So there's an article out at the moment about Gen Z and saying that they are young, they are hungry, and they are chomping at the bit to get promoted. What they're saying.
Well, I mean, isn't that
Is it
any generation?
ambition or
I
is
think
it
it's job.
entitlement, right? So this young worker, Larissa, she went on TikTok sharing that she couldn't wait for Generation Z to get promoted so salaries could increase. She went on to say, I generally can't wait for Gen Z to start moving into management and leadership positions and for big companies to start realising that working 9 to 5 for $80,000 a year does not get us what it got them 20 to 30 years ago.
It's so funny that she thinks that this is the equivalent, Nathan, of you running for election by telling everyone.
Coca-Cola water fountains.
Correct.
Hey,
It's like
I never delivered and I
there is
got in.
an economic reality that is affecting the wages. That
Yeah.
It's not just because a certain generation is in charge.
Yeah. So she says that a lot of the times these younger workers, and then she goes on to say that no, it's not just the younger workers. She goes, it's a lot of people seem to have a sense of entitlement at the moment. She said that a lot of them are working for 3 months and demand a pay rise,
Of course.
or working for 6 months and then demand a promotion.
Yeah.
And
Or
if they
they-
don't get it, they'll quit.
And there's a massive sort of push that because the expectation is that if you've done a degree
Yeah.
and you've got the qualification and you go into an entry-level position, that pays probably double what they're actually getting paid. You're
Yeah.
like, no, but I've got a degree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
surely
I've
I'm
got a
going...
HECS fee of
that's
$70,000,
right.
so
And,
yeah.
you can understand that
Yeah.
discontent.
So
yeah.
she gave an example of the type of behaviour that she's experienced firsthand, and this is her example. What about asking on your first day? First day. What about asking on your first day if you can change the job title from office coordinator to office manager? Wait for it. Wait for it. Because it will look better on your resume for future jobs. First day.
Yeah.
So you've gone to your new work where really you're probably telling them, I'm going to be with you for a while and I
Yeah.
really want to become part of this company's culture, and then working out how you're going to put it on your resume for the
Yeah.
next job you're getting.
But there's a fundamental difference between a coordinator and a manager.
Yeah.
They're completely different roles.
Yeah,
It's not just a different word used to describe the same thing. They're completely different roles.
I don't know. There's a lot of people changing their titles around left, right, and centre these days. They just change the
Director
title.
of fun.
What the hell's that? At a footy club, every year it's just changed. This role is just they add 3 more letters to it or 3 more words to it, and it's just this big.
Yeah.
Just looks good on the card.
You can't be new at a company, I think, and make certain demands or declarations. You've got to sort of start at a company and sort of
Yes.
find your place.
Yeah. In the first week, you can't say, I want to work... I only want to work 4 days a week now. It's like, no, but you are hired to do 5 days a week.
Yeah.
If you wanted that, negotiate that at the start. You don't get the job where you're expected to work 5 days a week and then go, no, I don't want to do that though.
But can you? That's the other part of it.
I had a friend who hired this chick, and she was hired to be front of house, and then she did the job for a couple of days, and then so the position was for front of house.
Yes.
She did the job for a couple of days, and then she went to him and said, "I don't like front of house. I want to work back."
Yeah.
And then
No,
they
but
said, "No, the job's for front of house." She goes, "Well, too bad. I want to move." And the laws sort of helped. She might have been there about a
You
week.
just can't fire them, Nathan.
You can't fire them. So basically, they were stuck trying to find out where to put this person because they demanded that their position of what they went for change. within the first week of going for the position that they
That's like
wanted
saying, like
a week ago.
A teacher turning up on the first day, new school, new term, and going, "Oh, I want to be principal, though." But no, but we have a principal.
I'd watch that show.
I don't think,
would too.
I don't think you understand. I want to, though.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
We want to know, right? So someone is new in a workplace.
What do they have the audacity to ask for?
Yes. What do they demand? What do they expect? What do they want?
Love it. I love
This is
it.
going to be good, I think. Let's go to Mel in Two Rocks. Hi, Mel.
Hi.
Hey, Mel.
All right, I'm excited to hear about these. I really love getting enraged from other people's tales. What have you got for us?
Well, I manage about 120 staff, and I had a new admin person start.
Yep.
And she asked me for her own car park. Now, you can imagine 120 staff, you can park wherever you want, first in, first best,
Yes.
best dressed. The only car park that's pretty much got a reserve sign on it is mine, and it says reserved and manager. So she asked me for a car park close to the building entrance, and I said, no, sorry, I can't do that for you. Just park wherever you can, you know.
Like everyone else does that works here,
Like
yes.
everyone else. And she said, well, can I park in your car park? And I was just like, I was like, oh my God, what? And I was like, no, you can't. And she goes, well, why not? And I said, well, that's one of the things that's afforded to me because of my position.
How did she get that? Did that sink into her or not?
No, she thinks I'm the worst manager in the world.
Wow. Mel, did she what? Did she have mobility issues or something that she needed to be close to the entrance? What was the issue?
No, there's no issues. She just doesn't want to walk. She doesn't want to walk from the car park to the entrance.
Oh, well, totally get it.
Mind you, there is a guy who has got, an injury, and he can't park in the disabled car park because it's getting in the way of other vehicle movements in the yard. And so I gave him a car park close to the building entrance, and she's like, you could have given me his car park. And I'm like, he's disabled.
Oh, my God.
Mel, I love it.
I'm enraged by her, but I sort of also love her.
Yeah, I can't wait for her next request.
I'd love to just spend a day in her movie of her life because it's all about her. You can just tell it's all about
really
her and how things are inconveniencing her.
Love parking.
I love parking.
So, it's got everything for you.
This would be my dad's favourite call of the day.
Thank you, Mel. Miller's in Bayswater. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Miller. What did a new employee ask for, Miller?
So I had hired a bunch of new people for my cafe.
Yes.
And it was training day, and one of the new employees walked in and said, I actually think I should be doing the training today, not you. And I was like, sorry, what? And they said, yeah, well, you get paid extra to train, and I just think I'm more qualified, so I'd like the pay and I'd like to run the training session.
This person who's never been in your cafe before.
But they had experience, so they thought they could do it.
It was the second day. It was the second time ever they'd walked into the cafe other than the interview.
No.
Came back and they were like, I'm going to run the training. I'd like the extra pay to run the training as well. And I was like, so what do you think is going on here?
Yeah.
And then they were like, I've already signed the contract, so they can't get rid of me, and I'd like to do the training. And I was like, oh. Well, I ended up here.
Can I tell you? Okay, so here's the deal, and I want your opinion on this as a business owner, because my friends that own businesses are really getting stuck with this at the moment. That is being trapped with staff and being trying to get rid of them.
Who are underperforming, but they can't get rid of them.
Who are blatantly doing stuff like that. And then, and the fact is, they all seem to be going in, the problem ones, the ones that do this regularly, and they would do, they go in with the knowledge ready of what the legalities are and how you have to keep them. Is that what you're experiencing too sometimes, Miller?
Yes, 100%. And you just have to know it better. Unfortunately,
but then you have to know. But then you have to know it better. But you also have to see their tricks coming. Yeah, because everyone presents so well that you don't know that there's a wolf in sheep's clothing in your business.
Especially in interviews, because everyone. I mean, it's not like she was going to walk into the interview being like, I demand.
You don't see that side of them.
Yeah, I want your job.
No.
God.
Hey, Miller, give your cafe a little plug.
Please.
Oh, I don't
You don't want
She wants to.
She says
After
years
telling
ago.
that story.
Years ago. Okay. All right. No worries.
Yeah, her last name's Jean. Her mother's Gloria. Thanks, Millie
Thanks,
Jean.
Millie Jean. Diana's in Mozzie Park. Hi, Di.
Hi, how you guys going?
Di. What did they have the audacity to ask for?
Oh, my goodness. I tell you, if the Christmas list was long, the Christmas list was long on this one.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right, yes.
Yeah. So basically, I think this next generation, I love the enthusiasm. I love the drive.
Me too.
But I think there's just one thing missing is the fact back to reality. And I don't know where the gap is. And I've been trying to find the gap, right? Struggling with this.
Yeah.
So the first one was there's this rotation of young folks that we take in. And sometimes we don't have the opportunity to, handpick them, right?
Yeah.
So we don't do the interviews. We have to trust someone has done the right thing in our wonderful organization. So I get this person, they're like, oh, this person's really enthusiastic. He's really going to go for it. And, we need to find a home for him. And you need staff and blah, blah, blah. So then they go for it. And then I sit with them and go, okay, please tell me your story. And they give you the spiel. And then he goes, oh, what are the opportunities of working from home? Because we're very work flexible here at the organization. I go, you just started. What do you know about it?
You have to learn to work from the building before you work from home.
And the working from home arrangement's 3 days out of the 5 days that you're supposed to be rocking up to the office. I go, well, that's one way to learn the organization is working from home. But anyway, that's the, and then I just take that in and you absorb it and you go, all right, guys, I really need you guys to learn something. So the best way to do that effectively post-COVID is to actually sit with me. And then we could do on-the-job training, on-the-job training.
Yeah.
We're going to go that. Second thing is, yes, very similar to the first caller. Oh, yes, and where can I park? I go, bloody hell, what is this parking? And it's very expensive to park per day where we're at.
Yeah.
But I said, what is this entitlement of parking? We've got people just like the first caller, 10 years plus on the list. And then you're wondering what's happened here.
And then they just want and they want something that someone that's been working there for over a decade hasn't even gotten, and they want the car park.
I think parking's a big thing in anyone's life, though.
I think it is.
It is in the Morris family, but yes. Sorry, Diana.
Yeah, they just see the spots, right? And that's the worst bit, because it's open, and everyone sees it. So then they're like, oh, I can get that? Yeah, because no one's parking there today. So that's one with no experience, right? No experience.
Mate.
And then the last bit was, oh, I need to take off for 2 weeks because I'm actually still studying. I'm like, I'm sorry? Wasn't the prerequisite that you were supposed to be, with your degree and everything? Oh, no, but I'm finishing up the one credit, so they let me in. I'm like, oh, my God.
So they've just started and they want time off to study. Amazing.
Unbelievable. You know what? It's a minefield these days.
It is, isn't it?
It would be scary to own a business because you don't know the realities of when you get lumbered with someone that's an issue. If you can get rid of them.
Yeah, and when there's a bit of a labour shortage as well, it's difficult to replace people.
Of
There's not a lot
so
of
sometimes you have
around.
to just put up with it.
Yeah, that's
What's
right.
going on?
You're not getting a lot of applicants,
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Mass is over, which means finally we can get to talk to this woman. She wasn't allowed to talk very much while the show was on.
Which really got me spoke to her. Which really got me upset. And we spoke to her right at the end because everything that came out of your mouth, Lauren Dunn. Hello.
Hello.
Everything
Lauren.
that came out of your mouth to me was like, well, that's what I would say. And it was like you were lifting up or you're parting the sea of all the bull crap and getting to the truth of what was happening in the moment.
Yeah.
So the reason you weren't allowed to do any interviews was because of the John Owen Ellie thing, right?
Yeah, because they got caught canoodling
and they
cashing in the beach.
And they didn't want you talking about it.
And essentially just ruined our storyline.
Yes.
So they didn't want me to be able to talk about it. And I'm not going to go on radio and sit here and lie and say that we're all great when people with a set of eyes can see that. I mean, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, so it's out there, and then they're trying to say and your mandate is not to speak about it. That is so you're robbed of not only your experience of finding someone in the show, but also you're robbed from some of the opportunities that come out afterwards. So you're double robbed. When they got caught at the beach. Come on.
I know, right? It was set up.
They knew it was set up. Like, did they set it?
Yes,
they set it up.
did. So they set it up, and they were under the impression that those photos would get released when the time was right to show that they're like this good, true couple.
Yeah, okay.
But then they got papped by someone else unknowingly, and so then all the photos that they'd set up with other paps, they'd release them because you know what journalists are like. They want to get the scoop.
Of course.
Yeah.
And they just got so shredded for those photos because that was so cringe.
They're still together now.
They are together. They live together. They're very much in love. They are actually genuine couple.
And I like your attitude to that. Your attitude to that is, they're supposed to be
good for
together.
them. They are supposed to be together. He's not my person. I think we could all see that from day one.
Yeah, so Lauren, being on the show and then you're having all these, the relationships are supposed to, you're cheating on me and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel it that way or are you just playing the game?
I don't feel like he cheated on me because I have to be perfectly honest. We had a really up and down. I was never in love with him. I never had serious feelings for him. But you do have this sense of that's my partner in this wild experiment. And my main issue is like, you just lied to me. You should have told me, and then we could have left. If you had said like, I've been messaging Ellie a lot, and I think I'm falling for her, we could have left and avoided this.
But is there a feeling that people want to stick around for as long as possible to maximise opportunities that might come post show?
Absolutely.
Because if you leave early, nobody remembers.
And I'm not going to sit here and say no. Everyone who says that are lying to you.
That's what I like about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not packing up everything. I've got my own business. It was so hard to leave work, and you really cannot work while you're there. So if I have to sit it out with someone whose sound of them breathing makes you want to smother them for 3 months, that's what I'm going to do.
So you were beforehand a maths viewer, of course. And then you're in maths. So coming out, what wouldn't we know as viewers that you didn't know?
So the filming of the dinner parties was probably the most insane thing that I didn't understand. So when you get there, we all get shipped off in different cars, staggered. So we start filming, like getting ready, like 9 in the morning.
Whoa.
We might not finish filming till 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then when you go into the cocktail party, right, you're all sitting there. You'll get sent in different times depending on what the drama's about. And then in between that and sitting down at the table, they send us back out to these tents. So each couple's in like a separate tent, while each people gets their Voxy. It's like Guantanamo Bay. I'm not joking. They're like these green tents with some like old magazines with the papers ripped out and a few bits of chips.
So when they
and you're in there for about 3 hours before you go back into the dinner party.
So they make it look
with
like
no alcohol.
you're all in the cocktail party, and then the guy goes ding ding ding, dinner is served,
and then they're all like, back to your tents.
You're
like you're in MASH.
Really?
And we're the contributors. I was like, do the talent get a drink? And they're like, you're not the talent, you're the contributors. And I was like,
Did they tell you the storylines before? Like, okay, this is happening now. You need to go in there.
No. So what happens is your producer, each couple's assigned a producer. They switch around sometimes, but they ask you specific questions, and by the questions they're asking, you can tell what the night's going to be about, because you don't know what everyone else is saying behind closed doors. So if they're like, have you heard this? Did this person say this? What's going with you on this person? So one night when the muzzle comment thing happened, I kept getting asked, you and Jack having an argument. I'm like, I can see where this is going. He's obviously talking shit about me.
Yeah.
So then that night it all popped off, and I got in there and I just baited him all night, just pressing his buttons until he popped.
Good Jack, right? So
Jack.
I mean,
and then he popped. He was too easy to wind up.
When we spoke to Jack, and I said to Jack, you were cast exactly to be who you were cast to be.
He did a great job at it.
Yeah. But,
it comes naturally to him.
So we all know what creature Jack is. Tori, though.
Yeah, disappointing.
She cannot really love him. Are they still together?
They are together. She packed up her entire life and moved to Queensland to be with him, or to the Goldie or whatever.
There's rumours of him cheating on her. I've seen that, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
But they said, according to all reports, they are living together, very happy. There's lots of photos of them out and about, like walking, exercising, all this kind of stuff. But I don't know, I just feel like she's such an intelligent woman. I just don't feel like she... especially after watching it, I just want.
Yeah, that's what I would wonder now. Because when you do watch it, from which gives you sort of that hindsight for starters, but you're also seeing what they're saying when you're not there.
Yeah,
like there's nothing attractive about the way he speaks about women.
No, and I think as well,
but also, there was nothing attractive about her response to it either. Like I thought every time she made an excuse for him, it was like running fingernails down a board.
Yeah. I think as well, like they stormed out of the reunion, because at the reunion, about 6 couples get to see a kind of 20-minute clip of your journey.
Yes,
it's the first time you start to see yourself on television, and what you can start to get an idea of what your edit is going to look like. And it really was exactly what I saw. Like everyone's edit was what I saw.
They got up and left.
They got up and stormed out.
Well, Lauren, you're talking about that edit and the first time you'll be able to see that.
Yeah.
But when you're in it, how do you know how you're being perceived, and are you conscious of, I don't know, setting the right example, I guess, for yourself?
Yeah, well, the thing is with me is I have got this disease where I just can't help but say exactly what I'm thinking, and I'm pretty consistently myself, whether that's to my detriment or not. You can tell how things are going to go for you depending on what the experts say to you on the couch that week. Yeah. So if you've had a week, say the week that I called Jono boring and said, I think I'm going to eat you alive and all this kind of stuff, that week on the couch I got a bit of a grilling, which sets the tone for what that week's going to look like for you.
Oh, God.
But I was also lucky in the sense that a lot of the grillings that I copped on the couch in terms of that pertain to Jono kind of got taken out by the end because of what Jono ended up doing.
So that
that's
altered
he really did me a solid when he frolicked off with Ellie. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, are you listening to any of their... Sorry, I got one more question.
Yeah.
You're not listening to any of the experts? Because we've had David Aiken in here, and I just couldn't...
John. He obviously made a big impression on you.
Oh, Lauren, for years I just didn't want to speak to him because every time I sit there, I go, "You're not an expert, mate. You're a phony."
They have direction from producers obviously about how the show's going, but they are actually awesome, and they do give really good advice. You just don't get to see it. We sit on the couch for like an hour to 2 hours, and you see maybe 5 minutes.
But then again, I mean, off that, if an expert there that is actually looking to make a possible match for people
would never match you in the
there
first
would
place.
never be a Jack in there.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
They don't match us. The producers definitely match
exactly.
us.
So you know, so it's all just smoke and mirrors.
Lauren,
Now
we want to go to a super fan.
Yes. Do you know Australian netball Caitlin Bassett?
I do. Well, I don't know her, but I know who she is.
Well, she was the captain.
We discovered when Caitlin was filling in for Natalie while she was away that her father, Mike, is a massive Married at First Sight fan.
Way.
We've got him here right now. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Lauren. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Fantastic. Now, listen, before we start, I need you to take Sean to task because he's a non-believer.
I know.
I am a non-believer,
I'm
Loz.
sensing that. I can't understand why.
He thinks it's all scripted.
Look, it's not scripted. It's very produced, but it's definitely not scripted.
Mike, this is where you were going to shine.
Do you have a question for Lauren?
Well, I do. Were you happy with the edit you got? Did you feel as if they treated you fairly, or they treated you as the crazy girl or the jilted girl, or what? How do you feel about that?
Good question. I think my edit was great. I think they cut out a lot of the really crazy things that I did. It could have been a lot worse. I feel like... you know, I obviously was doing something right, giving favours to someone in the editing room. Seriously.
Is there someone who you think their edit wasn't representative of who they were?
I think Sarah copped a bit hard. Like her and Tim were genuine, so you saw genuine emotions and genuine frustration. You know, by the end with me, I was just like, the sound of Jono breathing and just everything annoyed me. But Sarah and Tim, you know, I think she got the real like fiery Latina edit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question, Mike? Anything?
Yeah, because when you first come on, we thought, you're going to be the crazy girl, you're going to go off this nut and everything. But you didn't. You were quite calm, and
thank you.
Didn't represent you. You come across really well. But now, what's your next thing? You're going on Love Triangle.
Oh my God, no! I think I'm about 15 years old now.
Does Michael watch it, by the way?
Do you? Yeah, I actually watched that. It was actually not that bad.
Yeah.
My producer on Maths was one of the producers on that show, so I watched it. But I think I've done my dash with dating reality TV. I actually just booked a commercial. You're gonna die. So you know, like the sound people. Apparently, the sound of my voice really either annoys people. They think I'm making it up.
It's raspy.
So it's raspy.
A bit of vocal fry.
A voice over for an RACQ ad, and guess what it is?
What?
It's a galah.
Funny, yes.
You're playing a galah. Lauren.
My voice. They specifically asked for my voice. Isn't that wild?
That's funny.
Hey, Mike, and not just that, she's doing some amazing gigs as well. Lauren's wheeled in a suitcase today. Where are you off to?
I'm off to Darwin. I'm hosting a few gigs up there, so that's exciting. But yeah,
Darwin's the best place.
I love Darwin.
It's a loose town.
Yeah, it is a loose town. It's a lot of fun. It's where I belong, I feel.
So you lived there for a while, yeah?
I lived there for a year. A friend of mine, her dad was in the SAS, and they had a sick house up there, and he was deployed. So we went and just ran amok and stayed in his house for nearly a year. It was awesome. I don't know if I'm allowed back, actually.
Mike, congratulations. That is your first. Your first stint as our official Married at First Sight reporter, and I think you've done very well, everyone.
Good interview. Fantastic, Mike. It was so good to chat to you.
We'll get you back next series, Mike.
You look up. Yeah, I will. I'll be waiting with bated breath.
Natalie, you don't know this. Mike made both of his daughters go with him to the Glee movie too.
Mike, what's going on?
He's got a real sensitive side.
He's just been Mike, and I love it.
He's just being Mike.
Super Mike. All right. Thank you, Mike. Lauren, thank you. We know you've got a plane to catch this morning. We can't wait to see you as a galah.
Great.
Thank you. I look at the galah, honestly.
So good.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Hey, this is Taylor Swift. This could be your winning era. Win a trip to see Taylor Swift live or a Suzuki Swift. Get your tickets at carprocourselottery.com.au.
We're about to play a round of Tim McGraw or Not Sure to win $1,000 cash.
Why don't you tell everyone what you just told me to say?
Just randomly, I had a Lamington finger yesterday to celebrate. After Nathan was talking about churros, long ones, $4, GYG.
Nathan doesn't pretend to
churros.
be fit.
I don't, Sean.
I don't pretend. I'll make it happen.
I'm not ramming lady fingers in me.
Shove your Lamington fingers where the sun don't shine.
Really gentle. Yeah. Really gentle.
Let's play Tim McGraw or Not Sure, eh?
All right, Karina and Rhiannon to go at it this morning to win that $1,000. We'll start with you, Karina. Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, Karina. Are you a country music fan?
A little.
We all are a little, but that means we're not.
We're like going to hum along to Luke Combs.
You're going against Rhiannon today. Hi, Rhiannon.
Hi.
Hey, Rhiannon. Are you a country music fan, Rhiannon?
Not at all.
That is okay, guys, because this is a game we've called Tim McGraw or Not Sure. So we're going to do it a little bit differently. You're each going to get your own song to guess whether it is a Tim McGraw song or not. If you think it's a Tim McGraw song, you say Tim McGraw. If you're not sure, you say not sure. And that means it's not.
If you get it right, you take a point.
Yeah.
And after 5 rounds, we're going to see who has the most points.
Yep.
If it's a tie, we'll go to a tiebreaker situation.
We've got all McGraw off.
I know. We don't even have to test buzzers because you don't have to buzz in. Karina, you will be going first. Are you ready?
Okay, thank you.
You cannot pass, of course. You have to give us an answer.
Yeah, well, it's a 50-50. Like, you know, you're going to have a guess, right? Okay. Karina, here is your first
Lamington
track.
fingers.
Tim McGraw or Not Sure?
Definitely not sure.
Okay.
Harry?
That's Joe Nichols. Good day.
Could have gone either way.
You take
Yeah, I
the
like Joe
point.
Nichols. That sounded all right, that one.
All right.
Hi, Rhiannon.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, you ready for your first one?
Yep.
I think the devil drives a cool devil.
All right, Tim McGraw or Not Sure?
Not sure.
Harry?
It's Joe Nichols again with Broken Hearts Wheel.
It sounded different, didn't he?
Joe Nichols half hour. It's the most he's ever been played on this
really
station.
liking what
CD we've
Joe
got.
does.
It's 1-1.
The only
Score
country
check.
CD in the building.
We go back to you, Karina, for round 2. Here we go.
Tim McGraw or Not Sure?
Oh, crap. Maybe not sure. Because I really am not sure.
She's not sure.
Well, you shouldn't be sure because it was Dirk Bentley.
Oh,
God.
Karina, you take that point. All
They
right.
all sound the same.
They do all sound the same. That's true.
Country music.
All right. You're up next, Rhiannon. Have a listen to this.
Take Jimmy Johnson, take Tommy Thompson.
Tim McGraw or Not Sure?
Not sure.
That was Tim McGraw.
Jimmy Johnson.
That was
Rhiannon.
Don't Take the Girl.
Okay. No point for you there, Rhiannon.
All right,
Karina leads 2-1
Back
as we
at
go into
Karina.
round 3.
All right, Karina, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
These are kids where the good Lord's rest. Point our rocking chairs towards the west.
All right,
Tim
Karina.
McGraw or Not Sure?
Answer quickly.
Sure.
Too slow.
We're going to get answers out quickly, everybody.
No point there.
And that was Tim McGraw.
Oh, was it? All right,
Where the
Rhiannon.
green grass grows.
Oh,
I like that song.
Righto, Rhiannon, this is your round 3 song.
All right, Tim McGraw or not sure, go.
Not sure.
Correct.
We're tied up here.
That was DX Bentley, of course.
All right. It's all tied up at 2-2 as we head into round 4.
Okay, Karina.
Karina.
I was headed down to New Orleans to meet some friends of mine for Mardi Gras.
Tim McGraw or not sure?
Sure.
So you're saying
So
Tim
you're not
McGraw?
You're saying Tim McGraw or you're saying not
She's
sure?
saying not sure.
Tim McGraw is. I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
It is Tim McGraw that one there. Something like that.
All right.
Okay.
Rhiannon, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Her closet's missing half the things she bought. Yeah, tequila makes her clothes fall off.
Tim
Great- what a
McGraw
great
or
line.
not sure?
What is it, Rhiannon?
Not sure.
Correct.
We have got a
We've
match.
got a match. It's 3-3.
Old mate Joe Nichols back there with tequila makes her
It
clothes
is the
fall
only
off.
CD.
Everybody. And we need to make sure
all
that
been
as soon
there.
as the song finishes and we ask
Yes.
you Tim McGraw or not sure, you answer straight away,
Yes.
or else we'll buzz you out.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
This is the last round. All right. Karina, here is your song.
To see you smile, I'd do anything.
Tim McGraw or not sure, Karina?
Sure.
She's sure.
Be sure.
That was Tim McGraw.
She's sure. She's sure. She's sure.
Get.
All
That's a
right,
good
Rhiannon,
get.
you have to get this to tie it up. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing.
Tim McGraw or not sure?
Not sure.
That was Tim McGraw.
The final hurdle.
What a battle, lady!
Karina.
Yeehaw,
You
Karina.
scored $1,000 cash, Karina.
Did I win? Oh,
Well done.
yes.
Well done, Karina.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Remember, the Active Car for a Cause lottery could win you tickets to Taylor Swift in London, so hit them up and check that out.
I'm
Brilliant.
glad we ticked off that competition.
I know,
That was a
right?
battle, probably never do it
The
again.
most we've ever heard from Joe Nichols.
I know. Do we pay him royalties for that, or we just paid just
I
under
don't
the
think- I
sample
think- yeah, I
size?
think we
Fantastic.
didn't pay enough.
Fantastic.
It's
As long
8
as we can
bars,
get through the
isn't it?
morning without paying a music artist what they're due.
We'll have another game on Friday, everybody. Another $1,000 up for grabs.
Yes. I won't be here.
No, you won't.
No.
You can take the day off?
Yeah. So is Gov in on Friday?
Yeah, Gov's in, so is Sean Darcy,
Oh,
so we'll have a
great.
big day.
That's good.
Football all the way.
Football all the way.
Hello, Ross.
Hello. Great to get some
Got the time.
Hi, Rossi.
country songs on, and
How
they
you
got
doing?
some artistic names. What was the name of the tequila one again, Harry?
Tequila makes her clothes fall off.
Yeah, that's the one.
Can
That
you
is a
play
true
that again? Can
story.
you play that again? That's great lyrics.
Yeah, can do.
Imagine introing that as a radio announcer.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Closet's missing half.
And coming up now, Nova, tequila makes her clothes fall off.
Clothes fall
It's not just a song, it's an accurate fact.
Tequila makes her
Tequila.
clothes fall off.
Everyone to their
Tequila's
knees.
bad. Nothing good happens after tequila.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.